There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Oh, that feels so good to do. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Boyd Polhamus and Andy Seiler. We welcome you on a very special night tonight. Now, when we talk about rodeo all over the world, Houston is special and a little bit different. The bracketed system. Those that had bad luck last night, oh, may they be blessed tonight. Those that had good luck can still fall out of the series and come back tomorrow night. I love the way this competition goes. All rodeo committees, pay attention to this.
Okay, we are in the second round of Super Series 4, or the fourth bracket, as Bob might reference it. And you talk about guys that do well and kind of set a tone. I want to show you a world champion and a past Rodeo Houston champion. This is Shane Hanchy. He was the second to the last guy to go last night. He comes out and ties his calf in 8.4 seconds. Folks, that's blazing fast. Now, he was the second to the last to go last night. He starts first tonight, so we'll see if he can put the pressure on the rest of the field like he did when it was over last evening.
All right, well, let's load him up in the bucket shoes. Off to a great start was a Wyoming man by the name of Brody Wells, okay? In round number 1, he had an 85-point ride on a horse called Extra Special. Well, that's extra special because it gets you $3,000. So we asked him, how does it feel to get that check in round number 1? How does it carry you forward?
Yeah, no, it helps a lot to come in here first round. You know, that was a young horse of Bailey's. Didn't know much about it. Seen a video, was good, so just went with that, and it worked out great. But, yeah, rolling into the next 2 rounds, it's really nice to come out here and crack out with a win for sure.
Well, he picks up the ball. Let's keep on running.
Amen. There's a fourth member of our broadcast team that has some thoughts of her own. Let's go down and meet Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Thank you, Boyd. I'm over here on the Livestock end, but across the arena is the star stage where Journey will be playing in just a couple of hours after the rodeo. But for tonight's performance, I'm looking at the barrel race. AC Pinkston is an awesome young barrel racer. Her mom, Liz Pinkston, was a great NFR barrel racer, and she's here following in her mom's footsteps at her very first Rodeo Houston. Her and her horse Bullet came out last night, made a great run, split second and third. AC came into practice this morning. She says they played it safe in round number 1. They're going to be taking it to the next level tonight.
Well, we're excited to watch her do that. Let's get the competition started with the tie-down roping. Your first contest of the evening. It's brought to you by Boot Barn and the aforementioned Shane Hanchy. What a beautiful run that was. And as I said, he's a former Rodeo Houston champion and a world champion. Ryan Jarrett's a world champion. Riley Pruitt is an NFR champion. There's a lot of talent in this Super Series.
First man to go, Logan Bird of Nanton, Alberta, Canada. Had a no time in round number 1. But I love this horse that he rides, this Peso. He's actually let some other competitors ride this horse. They won nearly $300,000 on this buckskin at the National Finals Rodeo. Calf gets up when he's standing. Now gather him up. Yes. 8.8. And since basketball season is heating up, that was one heck of a rebound for Logan Bird.
Well, the rebound is not easy to do at a rodeo this size with this kind of pressure and money. But he was flawless when he made the catch, flawless on the ground. 2 wraps and a half hits. The Canadians have got to set a pace tonight. Let's see exactly where they're going to go. Moment ago, Boyd opened with one of my heroes as well. The world champion from 2013, Henchie, pound for pound, Boydie.
15 consecutive trips to our Super Bowl. You know any football players that have played in 15 consecutive Super Bowls? Any baseball players that have played in 15 consecutive World Series? This guy has been dominant in his career. He's also an NFR champion twice, 4-time Canadian champion. Here comes Shane trying to move up from the 3,000 he won last night. Off his horse to the calf, blocks flanks, horse works the rope. Henchie at 10-6 is going to be a little longer tonight than he was on opening night. But I still have a pretty good feeling about 10-6 getting a check.
I agree. Flawless, if I may overuse the word once again. That calf run a little harder than Logan Bird's calf did a moment ago. He just made it fit. Back to Canada, Andrew.
That's Bo Cooper. 8-9 in round one. Got a check for $2,000. Stettler, Alberta is where they send his mail. Left here a couple of years ago and made it to his first National Finals rodeo. Last year took the title in Redmond, Oregon, and Grand Prairie back in his home country. All right, Bo, you know how this format works. Gray horse puts him right where he needs to be. We are chasing an 8-8. Oh, just a little bobble there in the middle. And it seems like when one mistake comes your way, more follow.
I was more nervous about how that picking string went on that front leg, because you're going to see it doesn't drop over the hoof of the calf. It hangs out on the edge of that hoof, and then he's having trouble tying him. 11-5 for the Canadian Cowboy. We're going to stay in Canada, Bobby T, but this time we're going with the number 2 man in the world.
Boy, he has been hot. You saw him come to Denver, try to get some. He came to Fort Worth, got 26,000. He went to Tucson, smoked him again. He's been to San Antone. He set him on fire. Kyle Lucas in the old building here at Houston. We watched his daddy. We called him Smokin' Joe Lucas. He could rope him as well. Folks, this guy has been slow coming on in the last 4 or 5 years. Many of you on the Cowboy Channel would have been watching his sister Katie, who just became a mom for the first time during the rodeo at Fort Worth. Kyle, Uncle Kyle, let's go get you one. He was 12-2 last night. Needs to pull about 2.5 seconds off of that by my theory.
Yeah, and don't forget about Dad Joe. Several-time NFR qualifier and a Canadian champ. One of my favorite memories is when he won Denver and Katie was there doing the interviews for the Cowboy Channel. So she had to interview her brother and they both teared up because they knew how hard he worked to get that win.
Second time we've seen Peso. The Canadians trying to share a little wealth as the calf jumps up in his lap. Now we're cooking. Canada is 1-2 with a 9-7 for Lucas. Look out for Alberta.
And he referenced that buckskin horse Peso. You saw him a moment ago. Pay 25% of what you win at a rodeo this size. That could be thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. Kyle coils it up. And we go to Jake Pratt. 6'4", 205 pounds, a standout at the University of Wyoming in Laramie. You know what their mascot is? The University of Wyoming Laramie. If you're there, you are a cowboy. Even their cowgirls are cowboys. Bobby named this horse Pinto the other night. Jake, no time last night. He's got to play it. Oh, 2 no times. And he has been snake bit.
I thought he might have hit that barrier line. He did brag of it. It won't make any difference. That is one pretty paint horse. For those of you of the American Paint Horse Association, look at that glass eye. Be proud of what that man's riding. Let's go to Ryan Jarrett. We can go back to 2005 to have watched him win a World All-Around Championship. The farm boy that came out of the Southeast, raised on a dairy farm, a Hall of Famer.
Watch where he carries his picking string. Notice there's no picking string in his mouth. All the other calf ropers, wow! This calf can run. Man, oh man, that calf has some wheels. That calf was crossbred with Seabiscuit. Woo! Straight to the winner's circle on that one. RJ, you did a good job once you finally got your hands on him, buddy. Great groundwork at 11-2 for Ryan Jarrett, but oh my. If you're another guy in this Super Series, you don't want to draw that calf.
Amen to that. The next man you're going to watch is Seth Hall. We asked him, what's your favorite song?
The World Needs More Cowboys by Chancey Williams. You know, he's just a real cowboy, and that's a heck of a song. And, you know, we jam that going to the rodeos a lot, and it gets you pumped up.
Seth Hall is a cowboy.
Yes. Yeah, and the world needs more Seth Halls.
Yes,
too.
they do.
Made the comment last night, watching him on the ground. This guy comes from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and you get to the land of enchantment. You get outside of even Albuquerque, a large city, you're in cowboy country. They still rope them, time and brand them. They still gather them a horseback. He is a two-of-hand cowboy, calf roping. No, he got his rope hung under his stirrup. Ah, no, that's something you don't see happen. Watch him go for it. He's going to go anyway. Come on, Houston. It's a bad start. Let's let it be a good finish. Come on, Seth. Yeah!
Okay.
Wow.
There is so much that happened in that 18.6 seconds. First of all, we're starting it a little farther down the pin, but he knew he had a running calf, so he spanked his horse with his rope, and then his rope got hung up. Then he passed the calf. The calf hit the skid. He still got his job done. If we were working on a ranch in New Mexico, you could brand or doctor that calf. It just took him a little bit longer than it needed to win some money. 18-6 for Seth.
Now Riley Pruitt of Gehring, Nebraska sees an opportunity. When you look up and you see that 8.8 and 9.7 are your top two times, faster than 10 and 6 to be in the top three, for a guy that was a little long in round number one, you start licking your chops. Snowman, the name of the gray horse, he told us last night underneath him that he is very excited about. Two-time NFR qualifier, whose dad won the world title back in 1990. Across the barrier line he comes. Keeps that calf in front of him. He is built to do this, and he's doing it well.
Okay, but he gambled. Everybody hold your breath for 6 seconds. Watch this. Most guys take 2 wraps around all 3 legs and then 1 wrap around the back legs. He only takes 2 total. That's called a wrap and a hooey. And it's a gamble that can pay off about a half a second on your total time. So that's a 9 of flat. We'll put him second of the round, right where he wanted to be.
For those of you watching rodeo for the very first time, great pen of calves, awesome horses they ride, and an awesome pen of men. This is talent. That's when you go for it, throw a little side loop. He said, let me step out of there. Watch Ryan get to him now. He'll make it work. Yeah, a lot of work as far as he went. Everybody had to hustle tonight. The fire was burning, but there is a young man that's going to be happy with second. No, he'll be third. Logan Bird, the Canadian, at the top. Andy, what about the money?
Here's how you advance. Shane Hanchy is at the top of 37.50, followed by Bird and Cooper. Thank you to Boot Barn. They brought us the tie-down ropers.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
It's going to get rough and rugged. When we come back, it's bareback riding at Rodeo Houston.
Hey folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to rodeo responsibly as the Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
I want to give thanks to Cavender's Boot City as they sponsor all of the hardworking men and women in that crew right there. They're down in the dirt. They're in and out of the chutes. They make it all work fine. Thank you to Cavender's Boot City.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. But let's make it easy for you. Just point your phone or your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Speaking of our screens, take a look up. You are on the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. That's right. You guys are. I love those mustaches. Oh, she's wearing her sunglasses inside. Yes, ma'am. There you go. Nice set of horns.
Beautiful evening in Houston, Texas, Harris County. For those of you who've never been here, you ought to make it a destination. We're ready to ride some bucking horses in the bareback riding competition, and it's sponsored by Chevron. Now, folks, as you look at Mason Stuhler, he is new to the scene for many of you, but this youngster hotter than a pistol, clean cut, right and ready. And there's the ride that got him to make the video. Mason, he's got 3,000 to the lead. It's really feathered out below that. But Timmerman, Rockersteiner, you guys are in position tonight to try to catch up if you can.
Clayton Bigelow on a rematch. He had this horse at Rodeo Houston in 2023 and scored 84 points. Holy hopping kangaroo by then. Oh, the horse is called Bucky Knight. And Clayton Bigelow, who had this horse here 2 years ago, but here comes the kangaroo kick right there. Bearing down, lifting on his rig, and he never bobbles an ounce. And after a no score last night for this former champ of the world, he's done it again in the Bayou City. 84 points for Clayton Bigelow.
Now in comes 37-year-old Anthony Thomas. Houston, Texas. Uvid Bubbles is the name of the horse underneath the man that is on his retirement tour.
Yeah, and as Bobby T is often fond of saying, we broke a pretty big egg in this chicken last night.
Yes, we did. Hit the dirt before the 8-second whistle, so he is rebounding. Try and do better here in go round number 2. Bob has mentioned this format gives you 3 shots to win money. Here's a second chance. Canadian horse, the 17-year-old Sorrel Mare. Now, they mainly buck this horse in the saddle bronc riding, but that's a lot better effort tonight, Bobby T.
Andy, The Houstonians here tonight, be proud of your cowboy. He is from Houston, everyday cowboy raised on faith. Runs quite a podcast every Wednesday morning. That guy is something else. Anthony, where are we going to put him? 78 points. 78, what a great smile.
He's got a good one. But now we take you back to the man who won round one. Mason Stuller, Veneta, Oregon. Doughboy. It's the horse. They were 87.5 on this horse in Spring Hill, Louisiana, from Generations Pro Rodeo. And boy, this one is stacking up perfectly.
Yeah, you love it when a horse doesn't travel a lot. Remember, it's 1 to 50 points on the horse. Judges are marking that horse on a scale of 1 to 50. They're marking the cowboy on a scale of 1 to 50. But when this horse stacks up like this, with his toes turned out, dragging him to the rigging with each jump, you're going to get rewarded. 83 points for Mason Stuller. And that'll put him in the number 2 spot. Now, speaking of that kind of marking, they marked this next horse 45 points in San Antonio.
Well, Boyd, to follow that, Tanner Ross, who is an 8-time NFR qualifier. If this horse stacks up, that means quits covering a lot of ground and goes to kicking. That's the way that the David Bailey Rodeo Company wants him to mark. Right here, yeah. Look at this guy. Take advantage when you got the hammer. Not a lot of horses will do that. He actually stopped, backed up a jump and a half, then went back to it. Tanner Ross, young, big, strong, I guess I could say almost middle-aged at 34. That's the way you spur one. We got a tie for the lead. 84 points. Woo!
Well, for a young Canadian to see his name next to this horse, Ethan Mazurenko had to be excited. This 22-year-old has drawn a 7-year-old mare from the Calgary Stampede called Fresh Chick. Donnie Prophet, the Wyoming man, was 84 points here on this horse. Jacek Frost was 86 at San Antonio. Cole Franks was 87.5 at Fort Worth. Why do we tell you all of that? It shows you the type of ability that this horse has if this matchup is good.
So he's probably at least a 43-point horse. You're not going to get 86-point rides on 39-point horses. So when you got all those upper 80-point rides, you know that the horse is well into at least the lower 40s, maybe even 44 or 45.
I want to give Binion Servey the credit for putting him in this pen this way. Off to the left, but it's nearly straight ahead in an arena this size.
But as he finds his way to our pickup men, Tyler Craft, Randy Britton, and Taos Muncie, the matchup matters too. And I don't think these two got along very well.
There's yellow flags on the ground. So that means the markout violation. Failed to have the heels of his boots in contact with the horse. Above the break of the shoulders, when the front feet hit the ground, you could ride him from here to Beaumont. But if you don't mark him out, they're not going to give you a score for it. Let's go to Luke Thrash of Bastrop, Louisiana. He's had this horse like twice this year already. At the National Western, he was 84. At San Antonio, he was 83.5. So Luke Thrash has got to be excited. He's had this horse twice this year already. Denver, San Antonio. Lowest score, 83.5. Highest score, 84. Dark Rose of Generations Pro Rodeo. Luke, 23-year-old talent, Bastrop, Louisiana. There you go, bud.
With all of the history on a bucking horse like this, everybody's 82, 3, 4, 5. That'll tell you about the consistency. Oh, Generation Pro Rodeo, be proud of them. I'd like to have a truckload of horses like that if I was in the business. 79 points for Luke.
Next to go is Rocker Steiner. He had to get on 2 horses last night. We asked him, how hard is that on you?
I'll get on 2 horses every day if it means me winning this rodeo. So for me to win this rodeo, I'll work twice as hard as everybody else. I'll get on double the horses.
Well, he finished second last season, the Reserve World Champ, after winning $160,000 at the National Finals Rodeo. The son of a world champion, the grandson of a world champion bull rider, Minnie Pearl, the paint horse from Generations Pro Rodeo. She gives you a shot each and every time to show off that spur stroke, and he is definitely showing off tonight.
Andy, his feet are electric. His dad was electric in the bulldogging. His grandpa was electric in the bull riding. Look at him set him. Look at him roll back out of there. That pair of spurs will be shiny. They're going to mark him 80 and a half. 80 and a half for Rocker. That puts him on the bubble for the money. He's 4th.
So now we turn to Columbus, Montana, and Weston Timberman. Just inside the top 30 in the world, a National Finals Cowboy and a National Finals Bucking Horse. Zastron Acres of the Calgary Stampede. This horse is a son of a world champion from the Calgary Stampede, Graded Coconut. The Hall of Fame Bucking Horse. It's quite a lineage and lots of horses that have made it to the next level.
His dad, Chris, was a great bareback rider. His uncle, Kelly, was a world champion bareback rider. He made it to our Super Bowl, the NFR, as a rookie last year. Had a pretty good time, too. He won the first round with an 87-point ride. Can you imagine? Your first trip to the NFR ever as a rookie, and you win the very first round of the rodeo. That's what this guy did with an 87-point ride. He got out of Vegas with 138 grand. He needs to be 84 and a half. Come on, Weston. Fire those feet on the flaxen mane, Zastron Acres.
That's the second time that horse has bucked in NRG Stadium at Houston. I honestly believe the second, maybe even third time next week gives the horse the advantage. They're loose, they're free. Oh boy, 85 points again. Remember, it's half the horse and half of the man.
He's a 20-year-old cowboy who right now has already won over $4,500 in 16 seconds. The bareback bronc riding, if you want to know if it hurts, just look at the face of the cowboy when you do it. Look at the grit. Look at the grimace. Look at that hair fly. Front of the neck to the Reagan. Bearing down on 1,200 pounds of bucking horse. You better have the eye of the tiger. Tanner, happy with his day. Weston says, I'll see you in the winner's circle. Here's tonight, Timmerman in front of Bigelow, and Oss Stuller rounds out the top 4. But the money.
That's how you advance, and Timberman is in a great spot, followed by Stoller, Steiner, and Oss. It'll all come down to round 3. Thank you to Chevron for bringing us our bareback riders.
Well, if you're liking our rodeo at Houston, get ready. Coming up next, it'll be team roping.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, official healthcare providers of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
Hey, here's something fun to do. There's Leon Coffee. That's the legend right there. It's autograph time at the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters, Leon, and Rodeo Royalty, Section 103 and Section 124. Get there now.
It would be awesome to have you with us every night at NRG Stadium, but if you can't make it, be sure and tune in at Space City Home Network, also the Cowboy Channel and Telemundo. And if you don't believe me on Telemundo, I want to introduce you to our commentators, Enrique and Luis. Hola, mi amigos.
Hola amigos, Boyd, sí, efectivamente existimos, estamos aquí en el estadio y les invitamos que descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para acompañarnos en español durante todo Rodeo Houston.
Amigos, coming up in the team roping, we have the team of Marcus Theory and Wyatt Cox. They won round 1 in 5.4. Les deseamos buena suerte a todos nuestros amigos en doble lazo esta noche aquí. Rodeo Houston, simply the best.
I don't know if I want to get on that ride or not, but it is a great place to be. One of the world's largest carnivals here at Rodeo Houston. And the rides are a heck of a lot of fun inside NRG Stadium as we ride with the Team Ropers. Who brings it to us? None other than Corral handcrafted boots. On night number 1 of our 4th Super Series, it was Marcus Theriault and Wyatt Cox. With a 5 and 4, they took home $6,000 to divide between themselves, followed by the Johnson family, past champion Shea Carroll and Logan Moore.
All right, let's get started with Kellen and Carson, 26-year-old header, 24-year-old younger brother to the heels, out of the famous Johnson team roping family out of Casper, Wyoming. They won second last night with a 5-6. Oh! Going to be 6 flat plus 5 because Carson was only able to rope one hind leg, and that means a 5-second penalty. So 6 flat plus 5, 11 flat for Kellen and Carson.
All right, we talk about famous families. The Tryon family that comes from Montana. This one lives at Huntley, Montana, Brady Tryon. A 35-year-old, and oh no, we're going to Patrick Smith. Lightning!
Wow.
Hold him into that. Woohoo!
How far can you throw a 35-foot rope? He just threw it 40 feet. Check out that throw. That is a Nolan Ryan fastball. And I mean, his dally, he is out of rope. He doesn't have enough tail left on his rope to dally. He almost runs out of rope. That was amazing. Way to go, guys. 4 and 8. That, my friends, is going to be tough to beat.
Marcus Theriault and Wyatt Cox, Mississippi and California. 5 and 4. You saw it in our tease at the beginning of the team roping. They won round 1. They're number 9 on the head side. Past champion at Red Bluff on the heels. Can we get 2? Yes, we will. 5 and 5. Consistency is key. They collect another check. That should be an advancement.
Now, as you watch the header rope that steer around the neck rather than around the horns, he handled him so well there was no swish, which there normally is when a header catches one like that. That helped your healer a bunch. J7, Chase Bland and Tyson Thompson, 2 youngsters, 27 at the heel end, 25. Sally Bland, you'll be watching your grandson tonight. Oh yeah, that is a family of cowboys, bull riders, bronc riders, and now team ropers. What did he do, lost his rope?
Yeah, he lost his dally on the head side. That's what Boyd was talking about. The ropes aren't tied on.
Let's go to Luke Brown and Trey Yates. This is the number 10 team in the world, and last night they roped a leg. They were the champions at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo in January of this year. That is a 16-day event with a lot of action, and these guys were the last men standing. 3-time NFR champion Luke Brown to the horns. Trey Yates from a Hall of Fame family out of Pueblo, Colorado. His dad, J.D., was inducted in the Rodeo Hall of Fame a year ago. His granddad, Dick, roped with J.D. at the National Finals Rodeo. And his aunt, Kelly, fabulous barrel racer and trainer. All right, here we go. Hard running steer. And the loop doesn't go on the horns correctly. And so they're going to, as Bob has pointed out, Andy has pointed out, you can have rough luck in 2 rounds and still come back and smoke them in round 3 and advance.
All right, this team was 6'2" last night. They're youngsters, 23 and 24 years old. Corey Rallman, Missouri. Cole Curry lives. That's Cole Curry in the left in the red shirt. Liberty, Mississippi. They're in the top 30 of the world right now. That doesn't make any difference. Right here makes all the difference. 5.2. Woo, puts them third right here tonight.
At second, 5-2 puts them at number 2 in our second go round with only 2 more to sweat, but they are 2 very good teams. Brady Tryon and Calgary Smith won the Canadian title 2 years ago, number 15 and number 14 in the world respectively. Brady, the 2-time NFR qualifier that'll be doing the head, reaches out but also waves it off no time.
What do you mean by wave it off?
His slack, when he goes to pull his slack, he pulls it to the right, and the centrifugal force of the loop kangaroos it off the horns.
That's 100% exactly what happened, and it's a little thing that if you don't know it, you don't know to look for it. But just the way that loop curls around the horns, depending upon how you pull your slack, you can wave it off, and that's what happened with Brady and Calgary, doggone it. Let's go to Shea Carroll, Stephenville, Texas. Logan Moore, Dublin, Texas. What have they done so far? 4-5 at the National Western, 4-4 in Fort Worth, 4-7 in Jackson. They can beat you. 6-1 last night for a third-place finish. Shea is 34. He's the veteran at the horns. Logan is 23.
Same game. That right horn has been caught too many times tonight without a left horn in it. All those fast runs that Boyd was referencing at some of the major rodeos in the wintertime, January, February, and March. This is one rodeo away from the Texas swing finishing out. Houston with the biggest money. Watch them reach. Folks, that is at the end of the knot on his rope. And the heel rope. Nobody had any more rope out than that tonight. Aguilera and Smith at $6,000 with a 4 and 8. Then we're 4-2 and a 1,500, but the big money, Andrew.
But look at this money board. Terrio and Cox at the top, followed by Aguilera and Smith. It'll come down to round 3 in the team roping. Thank you again to Corral Handcrafted Boots, our team roping sponsor.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to bear down with the Bronc Riders when we come back to Rodeo Houston.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
Here they are, all those happy people in the chute seats. I think those are the best seats in the house. The chute seats, they're presented by Chenier, and they're right behind the bucking chutes. Oh, they are happy tonight. That's a journey group if I've ever seen one. Oh, they're here for the good times.
Speaking of good times, that is our arena crew. Those talented folks, they work our gates, set up the chutes, and our equipment. We want to say thank you to our friends at Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor that hard-working group of folks.
We're watching you if you're not watching us. Busted! We caught you on your phone. Uh-huh. Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. If you're with us this weekend, make sure you catch our spectacular drone show every Saturday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. We will be lighting up the sky over NRG Arena, and it's all presented by ExxonMobil. Come watch it with us.
Will the drones show you a bucking horse? It's almost like they knew what was coming. Saddle Bronc riding here inside NRG Stadium. Energy Transfer, they are our partner that makes sure those bucket chutes are loaded. Last night, it was Brody Wells with an 85-point ride on Bailey Rodeo's Extra Special. $3,000 was his, followed by Weston Patterson. Cannot wait to see how this unfolds on another good pen of horses.
Okay, he's down below that big brim black hat for a Badlands Circuit champion. That's Cash Wilson of Wall, South Dakota. There's a rematch here. He had this horse last summer at the Calgary Stampede for an 82. Trying to get to an 84.5. He's grinding it out. When I say grinding, maybe he would have liked to have a little more kick from that horse to get his feet a little farther forward.
It's a great example of the Saddle Bronc riding. Just nice and easy, stays close to the bucket chutes. 79, he will duplicate his score from go-round number 1. Now we just have to hang on and see if that'll be enough. Boyd, this might have been my surprise of go-round number 1.
Well, there's no doubt it knocked me down. I didn't see this happening to Cade Bruno, what happened last night, and I don't expect it to repeat itself. This guy is the number 1 ranked Saddle Bronc rider in the world for a reason. He was 92 points in the finals at Fort Worth for a reason. He's a 3-time NFR qualifier. He's just 24 years old, and he's simply as talented as you could ever be. 77.5, that was light for the way this guy rides. This is a sorrel paint from the Bailey string. They call Bears Cowboy. Nice little paint. Gonna circle around to the left, away from his riding arm.
That's more of what we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Horse has a lot of fur on him coming from the great north to come down here with us. But 77, I do not know if that'll be enough to get a bigger check. Try to get him out of Super Series 4. It'll come down to round 3, Bobby T.
All right. I'm going to go with the 78 he had last night and just add 10 to it. Why can't I do that? I'm judging now, all right? Alan Moore, 2-time NFR qualifier. A moment ago, I said it was a rematch for Cash Wilson. This is the rematch he had in Calgary. Jake Finlay was 85 points on this horse in Fort Worth. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at him. Look at the rein hand. Look at him push that rein out. Look at that. That is making a bronc ride, Houston.
That is a perfect point, Bob. He is not pulling on this bronc rein. Watch his left hand. He pushes it forward each and every time. He matches the score he had on this horse in Calgary. 82 points. Good job, Alan.
That's just a good guy. He's a father. He's a rancher. What a family.
Yeah, great athlete. Was a safety and a running back on his high school football team back in the day. Now here's the guy that Andy talked about in the opening. This is Brody Wells. Brody has got a horse that they bucked twice in Denver and ended up both guys getting bucked off. They marked the horse 42 and 43 points. This is a Generations Pro Rodeo bucking horse called Beetlebug. Brody Wells, Powell, Wyoming, 23 years old. Won 2 rounds at the NFR. Won round 2 with a 90. Round 5 with an 89. There you go. Stout mark out. Oh boy! Horse getting a little weird on him. All right, Lucy, you've got some explaining to do. So let's wait and see how the judges see this. Solid mark out. And then right there, he really gets off the ground. But watch the hind legs of the horse. See how they kind of quit kicking out the back? They quit kicking. And because of that, he's only going to mark 74 points after being 85 last night.
Folks, here at Houston, we have a room for all contestants to go watch their horse, their bull, see a run on a steer. They've got video cameras, televisions galore, where they can look it up, punch it in, and watch what the animal did that they have tonight over the last year in some cases, Andy. It's amazing, the hospitality.
Ira Dickinson understands it. Mount State Circuit Finals champ, number 17 in the world, Dart Crossing. The Generations horse, whoa. Younger horse kind of throwing a fit. Oh, and then he just stops. Are you kidding me? After all that, then he just stops and stares.
Well, when you're a young horse, you're still trying to figure things out, right? You're just trying to do anything you can until you realize the formula that will get him on the ground. So that is option for a re-ride for Ira. And when I looked at that horse, I kept seeing Steve Martin. I'm just a wild and crazy guy, right?
Well, speaking of wild and crazy guys, the next guy you're going to see is Weston Patterson. We asked him to tell us about the horse you've drawn tonight.
That horse, I've seen it a couple times at some Calgary, or up in Canada. It's one of Calgary's. Looks good. I think one of my traveling partners has been on it, actually, so I'll get some more information here after a bit.
Well, this would be a good time to go down to Janie Johnson with Alan Bohr, our leader. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. Alan, how exciting is it to have the rematch with Sergeant Whitney back here at the biggest rodeo in the world at Houston?
I love that horse. I've been on her, 6 or 7 times in our careers, and it's always a fun horse, and you can count on her to do her job.
Joe, let's get back to the action.
Weston Patterson, Yuppie Bubbles. That's a 14-year-old mare. Logan Hay won the first round of Super Series 3 on this horse with an 85.5. So Weston had to be excited to get him. And here we go again. 83.5, and Patterson moves to the top spot. Way to go, Weston. The young gun is firing.
Well, the next young gun's going to try to repeat and fire better. 85, he'll go for 86 or 7. This is Damian Brennan, the West Texas College superstar, runner-up to the world, reserve world champion. Folks, at the age of 25, drawing a horse called Frontier Acres from Calgary. They have been 86 just the other day at San Antonio on this horse. Traylon Martin was. Let's see where you're going to go. Can you win Houston twice? That would be the challenge.
This horse right here, Ben Anderson, was 85.5 on in Houston as well. So for a guy that won $1,000 in round 1, see if we can't win the round tonight. Black Horse explodes in the air, giving us flashbacks of what he did a year ago to win the title. And the Aussie is making a comeback. I love what I'm seeing from him, Boyd.
How could you not? Again, solid mark out, and then lifting on the rein and the horse exploding into the air. Not just getting into the air, but also kicking out the back end. He'll move into the top 2. 83 points for the former Western Texas College standout. Yes, as Bob alluded, he won our rodeo in Houston last year. His goal is to win it back-to-back. Now we go to Bailey Small, MacArthur, California. I like the name of this horse, Slugger.
We'll see if old Slugger does what Shane Gunderson said he'd do. Circle to the right. That would be just right since he is right-handed. See him measuring that rein. Oh, gonna be in a hurry. No more talk about rain. Let's see the thunder from the Slugger. Oh, lift. He might have given him a little too much. What do I know? I'm not a bronc rider.
The other thing you're going to see is when he gets behind, he's not as aggressive with his spur stroke. The judges will notice that. And again, as Boyd pointed out, half the score for the horse, half the score for how well the Cowboy rides. And once we tabulated all 70 points, 7-0 for California's Small.
I would just say this, though. Other than Weston, they've been spreading the wealth. Weston Patterson's been 84 and 83 and a half, and he looks solid. Ira Dickinson, who, Andy, you and I had the pleasure of announcing the College National Finals rodeo in Casper, Wyoming, the year he was the runner-up. Didn't win the national title, but was the runner-up. And you just knew back then that this guy was going to be special. Hey, let's look down in the front row. Oh, is that Simone Biles, the Olympic gold medalist?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Are you with your safety? With your football playing husband, the great safety? Yes. It's great to have you with us, Simone. Mr. Owens, great to see you as well. Hey, Jamie, let's talk with Damien and tell us what's going through Ira's mind right now.
Yeah, Damien, as you're getting ready to watch Ira go, I know that you're really excited to be back here at Rodeo Houston. And how much can a win at this rodeo change your career?
Oh, it's huge, to win this 50,000 or 65,000, this year, that kind of sets your spot in the NFR and really gets your name out there. So winning this definitely changes your career.
Well, and we're waiting for Ira to go, so can you kind of give us some perspective? When you're getting ready for a re-ride, you don't have a lot of time. What are you thinking about?
Yeah, you try and just keep your mind clear and just focus. It's no different getting on in the practice pen, you just go there and do your job. He's done them 1,000 times, so yeah, just keep your mind calm.
You know a thing about that as well. Congratulations on a great ride. Let's get back to it.
So Ira is now in the saddle. He has made his bronc rein measurement. Number 17 in the world. Kiss My Ace. I did say Ace. That's the name of the horse from the Survey Championship Rodeo Company. Good mark out. Holds him for 2 jumps to make sure those feet are where they are supposed to be. Solid mark out on his second effort. He is going to be more than 61. That we know. As he finds his way to Randy Britton, our pickup men, you take a look back. Watch. Holds those feet for 2 jumps to make sure they are in position. 80 points, 8-0 for Dickinson on his second effort. The re-ride was worth it.
You bet it was worth it. Everybody ought to have a shot at one. Alan Moore's the first to nod. The green fringe on that means green money. Reach down as deep as you can. Whoa, take a second look. Now you get your feet up. Folks, this was the horse that threw the fit. Kind of like your grandkids not wanting to take the garbage out. Somebody is happy. Somebody's just going to get by. Weston Patterson, 83 and a half. You made her work, Cowboy. The Aussie Brennan right on his tail, but big money.
At the top, it's Weston Patterson. Then Damien, Brody, and Allen. It'll all come down to round 3. Energy Transfer, our partner for the Saddle Bronc Riders.
Steer wrestling, when the big boys play in the dirt at Rodeo Houston.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly, and that will give you a chance to win season tickets to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Oh my goodness, how'd you like to meet Miss Rodeo America, Miss Rodeo Texas? They're in the fan zone, sections 103 and 124. This is all presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Rodeo champions all the way around. Go get an autograph, get a selfie. All of those guys, they all got their own Sharpie.
All right, everybody, look at the video screens. Leon has found some friends to give the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam look. It's bringing out the Wild West in you. Oh, look at the heart eyes. I love it. Our own Leon Coffee looking good. Howdy, dancing above your head. the Carnival Cruise Line, Cowboy Cam, the whole family. I like it. I like it. We should do it on Leon. There you go. Having fun.
It is a gorgeous night in Houston, Texas. As the sun has set, the action continues inside NRG Stadium with the big boys of the steer wrestling. When you talk about steer wrestling, we have to share our gratitude with Mattress Firm. They helped make it all happen. Who made it happen on night one? Ryan Shuckberg. Turfed one in 5.7. That $3,000 payday helped out the Alberta man. Look, Canada went 1 and 2. They were being greedy on night one of Super Series 4. Here we go with Stephen Culling. Fort St. John, British Columbia. Uh-oh. That is not what he wanted to happen.
I didn't see what happened at all. I know that you don't get away from Stephen Culling that easy. So he's going to go down. I don't know if his foot hung up in the stirrup. Is that what? Yeah, I think his foot got caught in the stirrup.
That hurt.
And that will affect the way you slide up next to a farm animal, no doubt.
All right, big boy. Here comes Clayton Haas, my neighbor in Weatherford, Texas. 41 years old, and the man's won $1.5 million doing this. This big guy can rope, he can bulldog. Get a hold of one right here at 235 pounds. Wow. That steer not gonna cooperate. I've grabbed kangaroos that weren't that bad to handle, Andy.
I've never grabbed a kangaroo, Bob, so I wouldn't know.
You ought to try it sometime. I'll take you to Australia.
I think I'll just take your word for it. Cody Devers of Perryton, Texas. Number 7 in the world is the two-time NFR qualifier. He was 14 and 8 last night as he eases this bay horse in the corner. That 14 and 8 might have been long, but it was worth $250. He was very close to the barrier line. I don't know if he's going to get out or not. 5 and 7. Plus 10, he broke the barrier, so 15 and 7. As you get a good look at it here overhead, Boyd.
Well, he didn't mean to do it. It was an accident, but it's still a penalty. The steer has to trip that barrier before the horse runs through it. And you can tell by how it's tripped whether the horse or the steer did it. It's not a judgment call at all. It's the simple mechanics of the functionality of the barrier that indicates who the culprit was.
Functionality.
Yeah, he's using SAT words. He's trying to impress us.
Yeah, well, he passed the test for me. Here comes Zeke Thurston's cousin, Ryan Shuckberg, Innisfail, Alberta, Canada. 4.7. Woo! Two nights in a row.
He's on his way to a sweep. He won the first round. He's winning the second round. He's got a chance, if this holds, to come back here tomorrow, win the third one, be the first sweep in like 2 years. So now we turn to the world champion, Tyler Pearson. Folks, he's 40 years young, and when I say young, I mean young, okay? Don't worry about that silver at the end of that goatee. What you better worry about is the athlete in the saddle on this horse. Finished in the top 3 last night with a 6.9. He's a 6-time NFR qualifier. Won $130,000 in Las Vegas in December. They just yelled, "You're out." I hope they're right. Come on, Tyler. Yes. He's going to stay in the thick of things, too, with a 5.4. What do you mean they just yelled, "You're out"? All his cowboy friends are watching the barrier. And it's so close sometimes, the guy doing the bulldogging doesn't know whether he got out clean or not, so his buddies will yell, "You're out," so he knows he got out clean.
And at a rodeo where we've got microphones at the roping end, at the riding end, we get to hear nearly as clearly as they do. Chelsea, Oklahoma, for Levi Rudd. Here is a guy that's got money already at Denver, Fort Worth, Texas. He is the champion at Red Bluff, California. They put on 2 rodeos a year in April and the California Circuit Finals. Number 5 in the world standings tonight. Boy, did he reach. Woo, that's scary. You're going that fast and you're trying to hold on to one rein. Right foot in the stirrup. Look at here. Oh!
He did a good job, too, of pulling his horse over into position. Right there. See that right hand? He is pulling that horse so that he can get a little bit closer so that when he gets down, he's in the right position to throw that steer. Great job by our camera crew picking up on that.
I like me some Jacob Edler. It just, I mean, if you were going to say, build me the prototypical steer wrestler, here he is when he rides in. World champion, NFR champion, 6'4", 250. And had a little rough go of it yesterday with a 14-7. But when this big man gets his hands on a Corieni steer, he generally has his way with him. 31 years old. Won Ogden, Utah a year ago. Tore up his knee at Tucson a couple of years ago. Had to have surgery. Come on, Big Jacob. What the, whoa! No. Sliding like he was sliding into second base. The steer, his horse cuts left on him.
That's a helpless feeling.
It is helpless. His horse is running to the left. He's trying to pull him over, just like our previous cowboy did. Didn't work.
Okay, we had a chance to ask Riley Duvall, is there more pressure here at Rodeo Houston than any place else?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the pressure comes from it paying $65,000. You know, a guy can do that and just kind of ease around the rest of the year or go hard, you know, whatever you want to do. But you're talking about $65,000 making the NFR in March. That's a big deal.
Typically in the steer wrestling, if you break the $100,000 mark, you would go to the National Finals Rodeo. So simple math, you win $65,000 here plus some of the go rounds, you're 70% of the way there.
And 6 months to win the other 35 you might need.
Yeah. Now he has won $941,000 in his career. I'd like to see him get that $65,000. Say, I went over the $1 million mark at Houston. Riley Duvall.
Wow. Puts his hand on the ground in order to make the run official. Watch this. As he gets down, he is going to reach down with his left hand to balance himself, get back up, and throw the steer. Right here, watch. Left hand down. Okay. Let me just regroup and throw a steer in 5 and 2. Come on, folks. Let's give it up one more time for that Oklahoma man and a great effort. Good job, Riley.
He'll give you a thumbs up. That's the pick of a good guy right there. Big Hoss. That's his name as well. Ooh, reach across for the Cajun. Slide down in and not get a hole. Ouch. Don't hang your foot in that stirrup. That'll hurt you. But this is the way you slide them and ride them. Down they go. Is there a sweep in the making? Brian Schuckberg is here with another 3,000 and a 4-7 tonight. The Canadians are having their way.
And if it does, tomorrow night it'll say 9,000 for Schuckberg. Everybody else is still in the hunt. The only guy we know is advancing right now at a 4 is Ryan. The next 7 have to battle it tomorrow. Thank you to Mattress Firm for bringing us the steer wrestling.
Stay where you're at. The horse race is on. Barrel racing next in H-Town.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at The Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Hello, everybody. All right, now I want you to tell him to look at the screens. Look at the screens. You're on one. This is something y'all have to do right now. Hug that little boy and look at the screen. Big guy, look at the screen. All right, ladies, look at the screens. Come on. It's time to answer the trivia question. And the winner is on the big screen. Will be announced on the 23rd of March.
And the carnival is cooking tonight here at Rodeo Houston. So much fun to be had, but it is time for the big time horsepower and the fast women in the ladies barrel racing. It starts now.
Yes, it does. And if we look back to round number 1 in Super Series 4, to see who set the pace, as we say thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors for bringing it to us, it would be this lady, Summer Cosell, out of Glenham, South Dakota. Her 1486 stole the show. There's some talent in this field, though. Donna K. Rule, Megan McLeod-Sprague, number 1 in the world. Halen Lyde, NFR qualifier. And we start with a nurse. Went to college at the University of South Alabama. Wenda Johnson, Pahuska, Oklahoma. 5-time NFR qualifier consecutively. Had a little trouble last night, picked up a barrel. Gonna leave them standing in round 2 of Super Series 4. And yeah, 1463. That's a great time, folks, so keep your eyes on it.
Yeah, that would have won last night by 0.2 of a second, so she has figured it out. Here's the number 1 cowgirl in the world, Megan McLeod-Sprague, and her horse, Jagger. She just won San Antonio, won a big check in Fort Worth. $750 to the good last night. The bay horse gets around 2. One more to go for the Marsing, Idaho lady. Now we're cooking. 1454, and she goes into the lead. That is your number 1 lady.
Well, with the way she's been running all winter, she's going to keep right in their face. Proud of you, Meg. Let's go to a Badland champion, the famous Yellow Hatter, Summer Cosell from Glenham, South Dakota. We're matching with yellow, and it looks good on turn 1. Oh, no, that's going to cost her 5 seconds. It doesn't disqualify you, but enough to take you out of the money where she won first last night.
Yeah, 1975 with a penalty. The only way it hurts her is she could have built upon what she did last night by winning the round. Hey, this cowgirl graduated with a master's degree from Texas A&M. Halen Lyde finished 2nd and 3rd last night. Her husband is a bronc rider and a veterinarian. Halen Lyde, China Springs, Texas, was in the money last night. Wants to get some more right now. 1498. Now a little longer than she was last night. At a 1491, tonight 1498.
Megan McLeod-Sprague showing us why she is number 1 in the world standings. Her and her horse Jagger, they love Rodeo Houston, but they have proven themselves in all types of different setups throughout the year. But let's take a look at this second barrel. This is where Megan really had to ride Jagger to get by it to their spot around that turn. Look at how close they are. She even had to pick up that inside leg to miss that barrel, and that is what it takes to get those clean runs. And just a 1/10 of a second difference between Megan McLeod-Sprague and Wenda Johnson. You can see where the 10th of a second starts to catch up. They're right in tune pretty much at the first barrel, headed into the second, and you can tell they have very similar angles going around the barrels as well. Megan maybe starts to catch up a little bit ahead going into that third and takes a step outside of the third barrel as they come around here. These horses are very similar looking on the ghost cam, but you can see running home, Megan McLeod-Sprague and Jagger just a little bit faster. But Wenda Johnson, she made an awesome run, came in practice this morning, made some adjustments, and is sitting second right now. But we still have 4 amazing barrel racers coming up, including AC Pinkston, who I talked about earlier today. Her and her horse, Bullet, they worked some things out in practice as well, and they're really ready to run here at Houston tonight.
Thank you, Janie. Great stuff as we turn to AC Pinkston. Stephenville, Texas. She tied for second last night for that $14.91. $1,500. The winner in Belton, Texas last month sits number 21 in the world. Erath County Cowgirl. Start with that right-hand turn. Let's keep them tight. 2 to the left to finish it. That's much better. Watch the Chocolate Bay. Now we got it going. Texas Lady will stop it at $14.97. $14.97 is third.
Third is still going to get a paycheck at the moment. Ashley Rogers, she'd like to change that. We talk about the circuit systems. Here is a Southeast Circuit champion in the country where Andy Seiler, oh, no. Oh, she bumped into that lead horse coming out of there. Not intentional. A lot of ladies will have somebody come down the alley with them just to help them try to get this. Oh, my goodness, he's bucked the bridle off right there. Doggone it, Ashley. I'm sorry that happened.
Horses are like husbands. They come untrained every now and then.
Glad you said it.
So that will result in a no time, folks. That's a broken pattern, and so it results in a no time.
They're gonna get that alleyway cleared up, and we get ready for Donna K. Rule to ease on up there. And that alleyway is a sticky situation sometimes. These horses, this is a blind first barrel, so they really come flying out of there. They can't see the first when they're coming up that way, so you gotta get them set up right. Donna K. Rule, she's making sure Valor's getting ready back there. As they're coming up that alleyway, they should be turning that corner, but Donna Kay, she knows a thing or two about having to handle kind of a difficult alleyway situation. Valor, a fan favorite. Donna Kay and Valor are just fan favorite team across the board. Many-time AQHA Horse of the Year. He's won Horse with the Most Heart. And Donna Kay is an amazing horsewoman and trainer. You see Binion Servey helping her up that alleyway, making sure that Valor is in perfect position to head to that first barrel. Gonna make sure he's ready to go. Valor has a lot of experience running here at Rodeo Houston as well. They have won many rounds here as they go up that alleyway. Donna Kay sets Valor up for a perfect first barrel, snaps right around, goes in there, sets him up for another great second barrel. They are making a run here. Let's hear it for them, Houston, as they turn that third. Donna Kay and Valor, let's watch the clock. Nice run. 1484 is going to put her in a third place position. Another great check for Donna Kay. And you can see why. Smooth as fast, making those great runs every night here at Houston.
So let's close this contest out with a neighbor. She's from Montgomery, Texas. Ashley Castleberry. Won $70,000 in Las Vegas, was the runner-up to the NFR champion. Remember, folks, if you like Texans, the louder you cheer, the faster they go. So here comes Ashley, coming off her first trip to the National Finals Rodeo. She had to check that horse up. You saw her tug on the rein to make sure he didn't go by that first barrel. One more left-hand turn. Let's help her. Montgomery, Texas's Ashley Castleberry. 15:12 is what the clock says, but great job of checking that horse up to make sure he didn't run by that first barrel.
A strong set of barrel racers here in our 4th Super Series. As they come across the line, sometimes it does not start the way you wanted it to. But when it does, you want to stay as close to the barrel as you can. Not that close. Get close enough that you can turn around them without knocking them down. And Megs has been doing just that as the horses dig in the dirt here inside NRG Stadium. Tonight, it's a 14.54 as Megan McLeod Spray gets another check, but it's money. That's how you get out, Bobby T.
Money, money, money. She's at the top by $750. Megan, tomorrow you got to do it again. South Dakota running second. That was the barrel racing brought to you by S&B Engineers and Constructors.
Let's stick with the Cowgirls, shall we? This time, though, we put them on a horse with a rope in their hand. Breakaway Roping, sponsored by Oxy. Your rope is tied to your saddle horn with a flag on the end of it. Once you rope the calf pulls it away or breaks it away, and that's what stops the time. Kendall Pearson edged our defending champion Jackie Crawford last night. Larry D. Guy is a Hall of Famer, and Jill Tanner in the conversation in the top four.
Cowgirl kicking us off, McKenna Hickson of Casper, Wyoming. 13-3 in go round one. Longer than she had anticipated. Last year, the winner in Hermiston, Oregon, the Farm City Pro Rodeo. She also took the title at the Ogden Pioneer Days last week of July, just north of Salt Lake City. Calf takes a step to the left, and the calf will also go through the loop, so no time for the Cowgirl from the Cowboy State.
Well, we take a look at this loop. It was flat. She missed her slack, and the calf went right through it.
The calf had a name, it'd be Houdini.
Oh,
out of that little trap.
In pink tonight, here comes a 20-time champion of the world. She can rope him in the breakaway, team rope him as well. This is the Jackie Crawford. Watch here. We're done. Old Roney parked it. 3 seconds flat for the lady who is $1 million ahead of the rest of the world. She was a 3-2 last night. Bringing her in here second. Now she'll go to the lead.
Defending champion of Rodeo Houston, attempting to win it back-to-back. Her husband, Charlie, has been a Rodeo Houston champion. For those of you at home, no, Houdini was not the word of the night, okay? Just wanting to clarify that. Let's turn to Larry D. Guy, a Texas Tech Red Raider. Right, and a 9-time world champion. Breakaway roper, team roper, all around, fabulous clinician. Larry D. Guy cracks a whip. 3 seconds. Oh, she's going to get the barrier. And gone. There it is, right here. Again, you can tell by where it's tripped whether the calf or the horse tripped it. So some tough luck as our pickup men. Taos Muncie, Tyler Craft, Randy Britton. Lloyd French is out there from time to time as well. And Larry D's waiting because she wants her rope back.
Breakaway roping's turning into the early calf scramble. So in rides a 4-time WPRA world champion. Hope very familiar with the young lady that you just saw. They have actually co-sanctioned some clinics together. Hope has traveled with Larry D to some of the clinics that she's put on, helping the next generation get ready to rope. The Abilene, Texas native is also an NFR qualifier. She was long in round one. What can she do on her second one? How about 2.7? But we broke the barrier again. Back-to-back stingers.
Are we going to have a sub 3-second run without a broken barrier?
Maybe now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She was 3 flat last night, Bob. Didn't break the barrier. I'm not talking about Hope. I'm talking about Kendall, the next cowgirl that's riding in from Wardlow, Alberta, Canada.
Now this lady is serious about this, as serious as her beautiful sister is about carrying the American flag during our opening. You're looking at a two-time Canadian champion from Wardlow, Alberta. Mom and Dad are in the house. The whole family is here. You don't want to go past her hometown at 80 miles an hour. You blink and it's gone by in the hard grass country of north central Alberta. That's focus right there now, Kendall. Reach, babe. Yo. Did he have a left foot in it? I'm trying to see, was that a clean catch?
I think everything was good.
Good. It must have been the sizzle in the loop that I saw.
Smart, though. She drew a runner, and she just rode up and roped him. 4.3 is putting her second in this round after winning round one. She's got to figure she's going to pick up some more money with that time.
Jill Tanner, Stephenville, Texas. 5 flat last night. Hard running calf. And she measures it out, and she will be 5 and 3. 5 and 3 is currently third. 2 more to go.
Yeah. Another hard-running calf. The next 2 breakaway ropers had the misfortune of recording no times in night number 1. So, Kinley Bernice, Craig, Colorado, if you're going to bounce back, now is the time, cowgirl. Her mentor is a cowboy by the name of Josh Peak that helps teach her how to rope. Great Colorado cowgirl. This time she cracks a whip. And at 4.1, she just jumped up into the top 2. Way to go, Kinley. That's a good way to bounce back.
3 flat, 4-1, 4-3, 5-3 is on the bubble with Jill Tanner. All right, Ricky Fanning. Let's go back to South Dakota. Had a lady in the barrel race from there earlier. This would be the top 30, 35 in the world standings of the WPRA. Had a slow start, but I don't know why. She's won $8,000 so far. There's Janad. That's the gray horse. Oh, to the left. And she's...
It is so difficult to rope a calf whenever they take that left-hand turn. It is unnatural because you can't throw over the head of your horse. So you have to move your horse over, and she tries to make that shot work, and it doesn't, so it'll be a no time.
Her maiden name is Engesser, and her older sister Taylor is a great hand. But one thing about breakaway roping, it is a speed event. So you got to have a horse that can fly. You got to be able to get your rope speed up fast enough to withstand the thrust of gravity. And Kinley is looking on like, I can't believe this. And then a picture's worth 1,000 words. As we're smiling in the victory circle, Jackie Crawford, our defending champion of Rodeo Houston, wins round 2, but the big money tells the story.
We're at $5,000 and a $1,000 lead over Kendall Pearson. For Jackie Crawford, it's a big deal. That was a breakaway rope in, and a thank you to their sponsor, Oxy.
Don't go anywhere. Bull riding is next here at Rodeo Houston.
You see those busy men and women working the gates, setting up the equipment. Would you do me a favor? Say thanks to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor our hard-working arena crew.
Hey guys, Stetson Wright, 8-time world champion. I'm here at Houston, and I'm kind of going over what the Houston Methodist Sports Medicine team has done for me over the years coming. They're a huge role, especially on my side of the arena. Rough stock, it gets pretty brutal down here, and when I get slammed on my back too hard or something, I can go in there, just about anything you can ask for. They always seem to get me covered, and I'm happy to be here at Rodeo Houston. Thank you, Houston Methodist.
Well, it's time for a little fan zone. There's the Bulldoggers. The leaders, they're up there signing autographs, taking a picture. Everybody gets to know you up close and personal. That is the Texas Farm Bureau Insurance in sections 103 and 124. Go get an autograph.
Looks like we found us a bull riding fan, and he is here at the right time of the night because it's bull riding time. We have got the chutes loaded up, ready to let them loose. Courtesy of Rock and Roll Denim, the only man to cover a bull in round one of this Super Series, Raleigh Johnson. He was 82 points on a bull called Rise Up. That got him $3,000, so there is plenty of room to move on in, fellas.
And if you're going to play this game, you want three fearless matadors to help you. Three of the greatest bullfighters in the game. Dusty Tuckness, the GOAT. Nate Justice, an NFR bullfighter. And the fastest man on cleats, Mr. Bo Sheets.
You want another 10-time NFR barrel man? You talk about talented from Oklahoma, John Harrison.
Houston, I got one question. Who's ready to ride some bulls? Come on, get closer, get some dirt on you. Let's do it. Buck 'em, boys.
Maverick Smith of Mountain Grove, Missouri. Dual citizen, the Black Bull. Oh, no. Not only tosses him out, throws Dusty Tuckness down with him.
Oh, he did a chop block on Dusty Tuckness. Yeah, so this guy's like a helicopter blade, right? This bull is spinning with some juice, lots of gas. The blade comes off the chopper and then wipes out Dusty. Watch this again. Flips him upside down and out the back door, and then his right leg trips Dusty. I'm only laughing because he's okay.
Yeah, if that happened to me, I'd just go home.
I agree.
Wow, what a way to get it started. All right, Luke. Luke Mass, Hutchinson, Kansas. Got a rematch going here. Folks, this bull they call Mr. Gardner. Listen to this. He's got an 82% buck off. He's been ridden twice out of 11 trips. I don't think that would have been Luke.
Well, no, Luke got bucked off him in San Antonio in about 2.6 seconds. But right here in Houston, 2 nights ago, Trevor Rice rode this bull for 87 points and won the 3rd round of Super Series 3. Bob's right on those numbers as far as the buck-off percentage. So this bull is very seldom ridden, but because Trevor did it, we're going to bet on Luke to do it. Luke Mass, 24 years old, number 20 in the world. Generations Pro Rodeo Bucking Bull. Whoa, away from his hand. And he just couldn't keep up. And that bull looks at you like, who's your daddy now?
Yeah, I think Mr. Gardner heard us talking about him. Once the right foot comes loose, everything else comes apart for Luke, and he gets kicked out the left side. No score. I love the name of this next bull. Tyler Bingham of Howell, Utah, the 4-time NFR qualifier, has a bull named Rawhide Magic. Is that not cowboy cool?
Yeah, well, there is a little magic in Rawhide. There's a lot of people make a living doing that today. Chuck Simonson be one of those, former great cowboy. Tyler, with 4 trips to the NFR, he ended up 7th in the world last year. Let's get you higher than that. Let's do it tonight. Look at the upper body. He's got him, he's got him, he's got him. Yes!
Oh boy, we got to work on that dismount, Tyler. But I love at the end of the ride, he starts opening up with that outside leg, and the judges are going to notice that. And once they put it all together, tabulate to the tune of 79. 79 for Bingham.
Hey, in Houston, it's all about how many bulls you can ride, because nearly every time you get to the whistle, don't do that! That is a very unfriendly farm animal.
And his feet have germs on them, too, when he was stepping on
Yeah,
them.
don't tell him about the kind of germs, Bob.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's just put it this way. Most of these bulls aren't housebroke. So they kind of live where they go, if you know what I'm saying. Here's Taylor Toes, Stephenville, Texas. 31-year-old veteran from Erad County. Woo! Co-Pilot Downs, the name of the Generations Rodeo bull. That bull is now 21-5 in its career. 21 attempts of Cowboys, only 5 qualified rides, and Taylor Toes gets added to the list of victims.
Not everybody's daddy is a superstar bull rider, but this man's got one. His name was Scott Bredding. This is young Parker Bredding at the age of 32. Houston champion and a 4-time NFR qualifier from Edgar, Montana. Look at that helmet. That helmet has earned $1,200,000. And the bull, 91% buck off. They call him Jersey Mike.
He already bucked off Trey Benton here in Houston. But bulls can't read your resume. And Jersey Mike, holy cow, for a butt-headed bull, he's got some attitude.
Why are the ones with all the little bitty horns always meaner?
They know they got to hit you twice. They got short horns. Or kick you or step on you with germy feet, you know.
Yeah, he looks like a muley. He's so up horns. Anyway, tough luck for a great veteran and past Rodeo Houston champion. Let's go now to Raleigh Johnson.
Raleigh was the only one to ride last night, and it's his first time here. We asked him, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's pretty surreal. You know, there's a lot of good guys up, and I didn't expect to be the only one to stay on, but, you know, I'm excited for the next 2 rounds and ready to stay on a couple more.
Is he trying to grow a goatee?
I don't know, but he definitely needs to calm down, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's just so wired, right? I mean, he rides bulls for a living. I've never seen somebody so calm in my life.
Buckskin Billy the Bull. This bull helped Trevor Rice get a sweep, but he gets revenge.
His upper body had a big flop in it.
The bull or the guy?
No, the guy.
Okay.
Raleigh. Watch his upper body right here. Whoa! That centrifugal force of your own body throws you in the wrong direction of the bull.
I like the way the bull tries to sweep back when he knows, I know where you are. And then Nate Justice does a remarkable job. John Harrison, you've seen anything you want to share just yet?
Well, I mean, I think they're doing a great job. I got the best seat in the house. Every wreck needs a witness, and I am here to testify.
All right. Testify, my brother, testify. Fulton Rutland, Westville, Oklahoma. Next to run his hand in the rope, 29-year-old Cowboy. He might be 29, but he looks like he's 19. He won a round at San Antonio a month ago with an 84.5. Made the Prairie Circuit Finals in Duncan, Oklahoma. Rode one there for 85. The bull is called Buckle Up. 86% buck off rate on this Bailey Bucker.
How do you name a bull after a DOT safety message?
Hey, hey, hey!
Left foot, hold on!
The bull picked up speed in that spin. Bob mentioned the centrifugal force. None of the three of us can spell it, but we know the force is real. And it was just enough to get his arm extended. And no score for Fulton.
As the final cowboy in the bull riding gets ready, it's our defending champion who had an injury last September, and this is his first rodeo back. We asked him, how you feeling?
Had a little tough injury. It kept me out of the national finals, took a little extra time off, and figured Rodeo Houston was a great place to kick it off, and didn't get it done last night, but we're very hopeful for tonight.
Yeah, we are hopeful. That's a good kid. He rides really well. Crazy Train's the name of the bull. Creek Young, defending champ. Wow. Look out, somebody's gonna get a free bull rope. This bull is gonna fling his bull rope into the sky. First of all, he's gonna get flipped like a coin, like a flapjack in a skittle. Watch, turning back, he gets flipped. Now the bull flings his bull rope straight into the air. The bull rope is what the cowboy hangs on with. It starts to get loose, slides to the back, and then the bull kicks it.
Woo! You know, I get hit by a bell flying through the air on the end of that rope. It'll get you. Well, I'm going to look back and say who was ready, who was not. How tight can you pull that rope? How long can you stay in position? When you ride this good, this far, you're supposed to win something. Unless you hit like that and then kick a bullfighter. Don't do that. See ya, Creek. What a great resistance rookie that kid's been, and my God, is it. Oh, how do you get out of that alive? He said, thank you, Lord. That will do it. Folks, we keep talking about money, money, money. Tyler Bingham, the Utah man, the only man to ride tonight with a 79, gets $3,000. Boy.
What? The money advances, and we've had 2 nights and only 2 rides. Johnson and Bingham sit on top of the board for advancing as Rock and Roll Denim brought you the bull riding. Up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats. Thanks to our Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Oxy.
Hey, hey, it's selfie cam time. All right, everybody, get your cell phones out. And I want you to scan the QR code. You could be on the Raisin Cane selfie cam. There you go. See how easy that is? Good shot. Oh, what a nice couple. There you are. Happy family. Yes, we got you. There you are, girls. My goodness, got the whole front row filled with beauty. Happy, happy, happy. Folks, as you're doing this tonight, you are live on the selfie cams. It's been awful fun having you join us. Oh, they're resting. They're excited. Nobody resting in that group. I want to thank y'all for playing. And a thank you to Raisin Cane Chicken Fingers.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world who come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the Cowboys and Cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now Oxy is honored to present the other part of the team that these athletes cherish, the part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over 3 decades ago of a legendary bucking horse named Hilda Blue. She was the Saddle Rock Horse of the Year runner-up in 1989 and competed for 10 years in the Rodeo Houston finals. Her 20-year-old great-great-granddaughter is named Blue Bonnet, and she has followed in her great-grandmother's footsteps. This mother of 12 has bucked at the top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. Remember, these animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. They're loved and respected by the cowboys that dare to ride them. And soon enough, the youngest member of Hilda Blue's bloodline will be setting records of her own. Say hello to Baby Blue. She was born right here at Rodeo Houston just a couple of weeks ago. This is Blue Bonnet's daughter. Some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility as well as our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect and worth, because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family as well. And they represent the legacy and the future of rodeo. So let me ask you this, Texas. Would you give all of our human and our animal athletes a big Texas-sized round of applause? They are beautiful. And thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. You can see these beautiful horses up close at the Born to Buck exhibit right behind the junction.
Guess what's coming up next? It's a calf scramble. Yeah!
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride. Rodeo Houston Saddlebronc rider Jake Finlay hails from Australia. He now calls Canyon, Texas home, where he and his wife Janie just welcomed their first daughter back in January. Jake spends a lot of time on the road, wishing his new baby girl could join him more often. Jake, United Airlines wants to make sure you have even more time with your family. You were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Give it up for our Rodeo reunited family.
Hey, I think I know his wife. That's our own Janie Johnson, who gave birth to that beautiful little girl back in January. And thank you to United Airlines for reuniting to that family. Good looking crowd. Why don't y'all look at the screen and smile so we can show everybody how beautiful you are. Gorgeous night, gorgeous people. Thanks for coming to Rodeo Houston. He looks like Bob after supper.
Popcorn.
Hey, it's calf scramble time. Sponsored by Transocean. Tonight we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have the chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 23rd. Let's join Andy and Janie to meet tonight's scrambler.
Thank you, Boyd. We are down here on the arena floor with 18 young ladies and 10 young men. All of them are in 4-H and FFA, and they're hoping to catch a calf. Now, Janie, I know you've been busy, but you had a few moments to talk to our scramblers. What do we got for night 11?
Andy, we have another very impressive group of young kids here. We even have one that's an artist that has their art here at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. We have another one that's in archery. We have athletes. We got a little bit of everything, but we got to get it started. We've got some great calf scramblers coming up. Mackenzie Walsick.
Brizeda Balderas.
Lily Brown.
Hudson Heckler.
Kamari Murray.
Marco Hernandez.
Amaya Winslow.
Nathan Snyder.
Cash Wagner.
Leah Dollett.
Isabel Anderson.
Katie Lewis. Davis,
Georgia Barnes,
Jadarius Mason,
Caden Broussard,
Braden Barron,
Braylee Burke,
Madison Allen,
Caden Solander,
Jesse Head,
Brooklyn Beard,
Salome Torres,
Riley Wilson,
Isabella Anderson,
Haley Sears,
Boris Wilson Jr.,
Laney Smith,
and Mia Galvan. Those are your calf scramblers. Let's give them all a round of applause. On a wonderful Friday night, we will welcome two individuals that assist us in making sure that our calf scramble goes the way it's supposed to. First, our calf scramble gate opener. This is the voice of the Houston Astros, Bob Ford. Hopefully he doesn't want to be a rodeo announcer. All right, our calf scramble starter. That will be the individual that drops the hat to let our kids know it's time to go. It is the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of our calf scramble sponsor, Transocean. Please welcome Thad Veda. Mr. Ford will swing that gate open so that our calves will come up the calf scramble committee alley, making their way to the box in the middle. Then it is up to Mr. Veda to drop that hat so our kids know when it's time to go catch one. Now is the time. It's on for the 11th rendition of our calf scramble.
You gotta love that shot, Andy, as these kids take off running. You gotta have a real need for speed to catch up to these calves. They are quick. You got kids tripping, kids falling down, but we're about to catch one right here. Number 10 was close. And we've got one right in front of the bucket chutes. And we're having a bit of a wrestling match. Number 20 is what that looks like, Jesse Head. He plays football, he runs track, and you can see why this athlete right here is about to catch his calf.
That's number 4, Hudson Heckler of Klein Oak FFA. And though it may be unconventional, it looks to be effective. Yeah, I think I saw that on professional wrestling one time.
Yeah, I talked to Hudson earlier. He actually told me he can bench 275 pounds. So another athlete right here, very strong. He's using that strength to get that halter on that calf. We've got it caught, and they're cruising across that line.
Got to go out of the box and then back inside. After one catch comes in, then they start flowing in. There is number 20, Jesse Head of Abernathy FFA, that also has a catch.
We almost have him right there for number 14, but we're going to regroup, get to running, go try to catch another one. Number 8 right there, Nathan Snyder. He has 1,600 chickens at home. So a very true and true ag kid right there. And he just was very successful at the calf scramble.
Okay, Hudson, we need to know about the move you put on that calf. Was that something you practiced before?
It was not.
That wasn't planned?
No.
Okay, what are you going to call that move? Because we haven't seen it this year at the calf scramble.
Leg strangle, I don't know.
The leg strangle, okay. Do you know if you're going to bring a steer or a heifer back to the show?
Heifer.
A heifer, what breed is it?
Limousine.
A limousine, okay. Well, the man with all the right moves on Friday night is none other than Hudson Heckler of Klein Oak FFA.
Way to go, Hudson. And we're still trying to catch more calves. Number 11, Isabel Anderson. She raises steers and pigs. She wants to be a veterinarian when she grows up. What an awesome young lady. And she's got this calf about handled. We've got to get that halter on. This is when all that ag experience comes into play, handling livestock. We got a little dirt on the forehead. We've taken a bit of a roll. It's been a battle out there, but it's going to pay off.
She is not letting go. That is Mackenzie. And he's getting a good look at the camera and everything else that's happening. It is getting up close and oh no, is this gonna be the second wrestling move of the night? As Mackenzie Wowsick of Cypress Ranch FFA, that is back to number 19, Caden Solander of Bel Air FFA. Gotta get that halter on, Janie.
Yes, you do, and you can see some injuries. They do happen sometimes out there in the calf scramble, but from these fast-running calf scramble kids, to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine is always standing by in case of any injuries to our competitors.
That was Isabel Anderson of James E. Taylor FFA. As number 21, Brooklyn Beard of Axtell FFA gets to the front end, and now she'll have to do the quick draw on that halter and put it on the calf's head to make it official. As also number 1, Mackenzie Walchick, has an official catch as well. We're starting to get him in now. Oh, no.
Man, we had that calf caught. Number 17, Brayley Burke. That calf is just a little tricky to deal with. But number 19, that looks like a happy calf right there. Got the halter on. Number 19, Caden Sullender. He's a baseball player. He plays first base. He's also a pitcher. He loves the Astros. And he's got his calf caught. Man, he made that look easy going across the line.
Something about the scissor hold suplex. That's number 24, Isabella Anderson. As it slips away from one, somebody else is right there to catch. That is 27, Haley Sears of Burleson County 4-H. She gets her halter out. Number 13, Georgia Barnes of Woodville FFA. She's on the business end of that calf, Janie. She'll have to take a few steps to try to get to the other end.
Yeah, and Georgia Barnes, her dad is a firefighter here in Houston, so we definitely want to be cheering her on in that great family.
As each and every one of our exhibitors, just like Brooklyn Beard, catch a calf, they will receive a purchase certificate for a steer or heifer of their choosing to begin this year-long journey for all of our 4-H and FFA exhibitors. That purchase certificate makes you part of the history of this program that has awarded over $21 million in certificates and prizes to more than 24,000 students since it all began back in 1942. Raising an animal, just like number 13, Georgia Barnes is hoping to do, teaches life skills such as the responsibility of caring for a living animal, financial accountability, record keeping, decision making, and communications as they keep in touch with their donors throughout this entire process. They'll also develop self-confidence and practical abilities needed to show their steer or heifer in front of a judge during a fall progress show, and then when they return to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Congratulations, Jadarius Mason of Marlin FFA. Janie, we're getting closer.
That's right, Jadarius, he said he likes to make money, work, spend time with his family. Well-rounded young man right there.
There is number 13, Georgia Barnes. From the north end, she comes to the center of it all. Just a few more steps.
Oh no, it's like the calf saw the box and said, make this a little harder.
Now we got it. Get behind her, Houston. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you to our sponsor of the Calf Scramble, Transocean. And don't go anywhere. The comeback story of Andy and Janie with the Chuck Wagon Racing is next.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as the families who support them, including our Gold Star families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight, we'd like to acknowledge the many heroes that are in this audience tonight, people you wouldn't even know. So if you're a current member or a veteran of the United States Armed Forces, would you please stand and remain standing, or raise your hand and keep your hand raised?
Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor all of you. These are men and women who love their country enough to die for it. They swore an oath to keep us safe and free from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and they come from every walk of life, every faith, but they are all proud Americans, and we should be proud of their service they have given this nation. So, with one voice, Houston, Texas, America, how loud can you get? for the veterans of the United States Armed Services. And again, thank you to Crown Royal.
It's time now for Axis Sounds of the Rodeo. Rocker Steiner is ready for summer.
They got the cameras on me again. If I win it, I'll pay for the whole trip to Cabo. If you win it, you pay for the trip to Cabo. We're going to Cabo. I don't like sharks. I would be a surfer if I like sharks, but I don't like them. They both won guitars here. I got to make sure I win a damn guitar. What's up?
Those are your Axis Sounds of the Rodeo. Chuck Wagon Race, first race sponsors Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STX Beef. And Bob and Enrique get to pick first because they're losing.
Wow, Enrique, you picked tonight. I haven't picked a winner in a month.
Hey, listen, there's only one way to go. We got to go with Ford tonight. We're going to win it. Let's begin again our comeback.
Okay, thanks, guys. We want to get the picks in before the race is half over. Janie and Andy.
Baylor Medicine.
What'd you say?
Baylor Medicine.
All right, that means STX Beef is going to win. We're into the first lap. Remember, it's 2 laps around the arena, and the first horse's nose to cross the line on the second lap is the winning wagon.
And would you look at this? Baylor Medicine is out in front. We told you the comeback story is here. It's time to turn it up. Let's go, Baylor.
Let's go, Ford to the inside. Come on, Ford. Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Ford.
Enrique, guess what? You picked a winner.
So let me first say thank you to Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STX Beef. And there's your scoreboard. However, Luis and Boyd are still number 1. It's going to take a heap a lot of races for y'all to catch us.
Just 3.
Enrique, you have a chance to brag for the first time in like 3 weeks, so good luck with that.
Hey, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to kangaroo to the top of this leaderboard with our next pick in the next race. Bob,
Okay.
you want to do the honors?
Okay, so Janie and Andy get to pick first. Our second heat is Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. Janie and Andy, who do y'all want?
We are going with Kroger.
You're going with Kroger. All right, then it's Bob and Enrique. Who you picking, Bobby?
Gonna put some fuel in them, buddy. Chevron.
Okay, so y'all gave us Mustang Cat. We're like the winning Super Bowl team, folks. We have to draft last. So we're just getting stuck with wagons, but we're going to whoop you with one of them.
Oh, no, we got all the fuel in the world in that Chevron wagon tonight.
Okay, Luis, we want to hear this first lap in Español.
Español será. Todo mundo a gritar. Everybody, I want to hear you scream. Damas y señores, estos caballos levantando el polvo. Vienen 3 grandes. Y damas y señores, emoción por toda la arena. Esto es de Chevron, Kroger, Mustang Cat. Who did you choose today? Here we go. Another scream, please.
All right, in the final stretch, Chevron on the inside, Kroger in the middle. Mustang Cat's got to make a move to the inside.
Oh, get off the wall.
Chevron.
Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
I think it's Kroger. I
We
think
did
the kids. I think the kids won.
Woo, we are celebrating down
my
here,
God.
guys. Woo.
You got to look out for that runaway grocery cart with that wiggly wheel, but man, it made it across the line. We needed it.
You guys should have seen Andy. I think he's more excited than anybody in this building right now. But we are the winners. Finally, check out that scoreboard.
You know, if we ever get behind where we actually get to pick a wagon rather than what they're leaving us, Luis, don't you worry. We can let them close in. We ever get to a chance where we get to pick, we're money. We win first.
Hey,
Well,
Andy,
that's what we do.
Andy, Janie, who didn't win a race tonight? Who did not win a race tonight? Do you know?
Well,
Andy?
that would have been Boyd and Luis.
That's a great question. Thank you for pointing that out, Enrique.
Enrique, What team was unable to pick a wagon tonight and got left with what the ones you picked?
Which is how y'all have been winning. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Coming up soon, you don't want to miss the mutton busting.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips.
The rodeo is just a great fit for me because it's just part of my DNA. We grew up learning the great values of ranching and farming. I think the great thing that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does is we celebrate our great, rich history of Western heritage. Very important that everyone understands the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives. The food that they receive on their table and the clothes on their back, and you don't have any of that without agriculture. And it's important that we make that connection with the public so that there's an appreciation of the people and the resources needed to make those things happen. One of the best things is seeing the kids and the students that are out there showing their projects. We need to continue to foster this educational opportunity for kids that are the next generation of farmers and ranchers and scientists and engineers that are going to help us produce the demands needed in this society. We have people coming here from all over the world that want to understand how we are able to do this each and every year. And our answer is we have 35,000 amazing, hardworking, dedicated volunteers. They are coming to the show to unite together for a common purpose, to serve their community through the mission of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And because of that, we're able to put this show on every year. We've done it for 93 years, and we want to do it for the next 100.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
It's time to vote for the hard luck moment. You be the judge as we name tonight's winner. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck.
Okay, we need you now more than ever, folks, because we have picked 3 hard luck moments from previous rodeo performances. We're going to show them to you, and then you're going to judge with your hands and your voices whether or not it was a hard luck moment. Now, out of 10 nights of the rodeo so far, we've only had 2 100-point scores. But we think with a Journey crowd, we could get to 100 all 3 times. So keep your eyes peeled on some really unfortunate wrecks. Let's check it out. First up is Maverick Smith. He's a bull rider, but not for long, because this bull is going to slam him. I mean, it buckles him in 2. Watch. His butt is going straight toward the ceiling as his knees are beside his ears. That hurts. If you agree, let's hear you.
Oh, just 96. Come on, come on. Donnie Prophet is a bareback rider. And we got to go for 100 because look at here. I'm going to go for the 100 due to a mistake. Jump off a bareback horse right under the pickup man. Folks, give him some credit for living through that knee in the kidney. Put him to sleep last night bleeding. Help us.
'97. Hey, folks, we got to get to 100 one time with a Journey audience, right? All right, here's a bronc rider named Bailey Small, and it's ejection seat. You know how a pilot will eject from the cockpit of his plane? Well, that's what this guy did. Complete 360 in the air. Out the back door. broke his butt and his neck. Come on, Houston, let's get loud.
You did it! 100 points! Thank you, Journey audience. Thank you for the hard luck opportunities. Woo! That hurt.
During our last rodeo performance on Championship Sunday, we'll show you our top roughest rides. And the winner that night will be crowned this year's Hard Luck Moment.
We've been waiting all night for this moment. It's finally time for the Mutton Buster. Sponsored by HEB and your hosts, none other than Andy Seiler and Janie Johnson.
Thank you. The vibes are high and the expectations are even higher, Janie.
Yes, and the hosts were winners in the truck wagons tonight, so we're feeling good and we're ready to crown more winners tonight in the Mutton Bustin'. Andy, let's get started.
Here we go with Charlie Drewby, 6 years old from Houston, Texas. Come on, Charlie!
Wants to join the Army when he grows up, and look at this tough young kid. What a great ride. Way to cowboy up.
Take you over to West Texas and Midlands. Henry Fuquay, 5-year-old Henry, loves corn dogs, wants to be an oil man.
You gotta love that, but wow, and a talented Mutton Buster as well. Great ride.
Hey, wave the camera.
Maxime Gautier-Winther of Houston, Texas, 6-year-old Maxime wants to grow up to be an architect.
Smart young cowgirl right there, but look at those shiny boots shining all the way across the pin. We're still riding that sheep. Wow, what a ride, Andy.
Excellent work, Maxime.
Oh, we got a loose sheep. We're good.
Everett Gillespie. Everett's from Fort Worth. Go, Everett!
Wants to be a baseball playing doctor. Be a doctor by day, play baseball by night. Kid's got it figured out.
Why not? Cameron Hablinski, 5 years old, Houstonian. Loves barrel racing. Go, Cameron!
Also wants to be a doctor. We got some smart kids tonight, and these kids can sure ride a sheep. Wow, way to go.
Scotty Mallet, Scotty from Houston. Here comes the future dentist.
Let's hear it for your own Houston. Way to go, cowgirl. That's awesome.
Ollie Neemsack, the 5-year-old, loves funnel cakes and wants to be a veterinarian. I think that's our 4th doctor in a row.
You know what, Andy? That sheep just kangarooed right out of that chute right there. That was a hard one to ride.
She's still smiling. That's all we want. Kaysen Salyer of Katy, Texas. Here's 5-year-old Kaysen.
Loves the calf scramble and wants to ride dirt bikes when he grows up.
Jack Schmidt, the 5-year-old from Huffman, Texas, likes team roping and eating cotton candy. You can't do those at the same time.
This tough kid wants to be a construction worker when he grows up. Great ride. Looking around, we're good. Wave to the fans.
Hudson Snook, 6-year-old from Kingwood, likes the carnival. Go ahead, Hudson.
He wants to be on the SWAT team one day. Wow, what a great kid. And we're already waving. We're happy to be here.
Cypress, Texas is Deacon Kirkham. Deacon, you're up.
Here we go, all the way to the other side. Good job, cowboy. We lost a boot, but we made a good ride in the mud.
Eleni Bravo. Webster, Texas is where Eleni calls home. Loves the mare and full presentation.
Oh, you gotta love those baby bucking horses. Awesome sparkly pink boots. We're feeling good.
Mark Nelson, Tomball, Texas native. Mark's got his own cheering section. Go ahead, buddy.
Wants to be an NFL football player. He's in the right place at NRG Stadium.
Yes, he is. Now Fletcher Dunson, 6-year-old from Houston, wants to be a skier and loves watching bull riding.
You can take the slopes. You can also handle the mutton busting sheep. Good ride.
Final contestant to go, Jaden Ward. 6-year-old Jaden loves mutton busting and eating pizza. Wants to grow up to be an astronaut.
Oh, and that sheep is almost tucked and rolled with him, but we're up, we're good. Good job.
As we go down the lineup, you see another great group of mutton busters. They will all receive a medal And I love that back number. It's got their name on it. It's a memory that they will never forget. Being here inside the stadium, riding a sheep on a Friday night. But one of our mutton busters rode a little bit farther, did it a little bit better. Our champion gets to have a little conversation with Janie.
Maxime Gauthier-Winther is our champion tonight in the mutton bustin'. But first thing, Maxime, this outfit is absolutely incredible. I love your sparkly boots and your pants. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue. That's a good choice. Very Rodeo Houston. Hey, what did you do to practice for the mutton busting?
Well, I practiced in the carnival, but then my dad let me ride on his back.
Oh, that was very nice of him, and it really paid off. Now you're going to be going to the championship round. Are you excited?
Yes.
Well, we're excited to have you back, and congratulations. You're going to get this beautiful buckle presented by HEB and Catherine Schmelz. Let's hear it for Maxime Gauthier-Winther, your champion tonight in the mutton bustin'.
Thank you to HEB for sponsoring our mutton bustin'.